I received an email last week from a third level student who's from County Cavan but studying in Dublin. And in the email he says, I had a savings fund, it's in relation to student accommodation, I had a savings fund that was supposed to cover my housing for the 4 years I was going to be there. My rent at the time was for a year-long contract of €1,000 a month. The place was in shambles, broken furniture, very little rights and supports. I then had to move to digs. I had no renters' rights, no access to a kitchen, and had to commute from Lucan to Dublin city centre. I also couldn't stay weekends or leave my things there. The next accommodation was worse. It was more expensive, had hidden fees, and I had no knowledge of when I moved in. I had to move back home to County Cavan. I now commute to Dublin, which is a 2-hour journey there, 2-hour journey back. This means I miss out on social life, mandatory trips, and my attendance has been heavily impacted. I have just come from the AV room where the Students' Union from the Technological University of the Shannon presented a report called No Room for Learning, which is accommodation and cost of living report. And their findings reflect what my student in Cavan is saying, but also what students across the country are saying. And it makes for stark reading because, like I said, the majority of those who are living with parents are doing so because they have no choice, but they're commuting and commuting long distances. Those who do find somewhere to rent, they're paying extortionate rent. They're often sharing rooms with strangers. They're working maybe up to 30 hours a week just to support themselves, which is impacting their studies. Many of them, actually half of those, nearly half of those that took part in the study are not in receipt of any sort of support, such as SUSI. Look, they're really, really concerned about the accommodation and the cost of living measures, and they're concerned about this proposed increase to €3,000 by Minister Lawless again for the fees or the student contribution fee from this autumn. Last week we witnessed what I would see as a false argument between two parties who are in government together, each blaming the other minister for the situation. I am asking that the ministers and the Cabinet come together and sort this issue. Do not raise the fees. It will have a detrimental effect on our third level student population, and the dropout rate is really concerning, and this is only going to drive it worse. Thank you.